Now, I got to tell you, I can't so much as step out of the house without interesting things happening, or at least things that my family thinks is interesting. We headed down the mountain today because Doodle, who no longer has wisdom teeth, and Ferg, who recently had his removed, each had appointments down in the valley. No, I'm not going to sing down in the valley. But because she's been having she really can't eat food right now, and you get really cranky when you get hungry like that. I remember. So I innocuously, because they've modified the menu a little bit, it's not like I want to eat there every day, but I innocuously pulled in to the Golden Arches because I thought, hey, they've got smoothies in there now, and my Doodle could have a smoothie. And Agnes said, Bob, that's a great idea. Do that. I'd like a smoothie, too. And Ferg, manly man that he is, said, Dad, I'll have a cup of decaf. You can at least get a decent decaf on the road at Mickey D's, as long as you're not burning yourself with it. But I stopped and walked in there, and so there was an order of one wild berry smoothie, one strawberry banana smoothie, and one mango pineapple smoothie. Doodle wanted the mango pineapple. Isn't it amazing you can get that at McDonald's now? This is not an ad for McDonald's. So they got the first one made, the mango pineapple, and then they got the wild berry smoothie made, and then the woman looked around and said, we're out of strawberry banana stuff, and we don't have any in the back. I said, that's fine, just make it another wild berry smoothie. And the woman looked at me as though, and it made me wonder what kind of clientele she deals with, what kinds of customers. She looked at me like she expected me to tear her head off. She said, really? Really? Wild berry will be fine. Well, she said, well, that's wonderful. I said, I'm sure it'll be delicious. She said, we're sorry. I said, you've no reason to apologize. And she was just thunderstruck. But then, long about then, the things that they make the smoothies with are these great, they probably have more computer processing power in them than the computers we used to go to the moon in the late 60s. And they have to be that way so that they can be easy to use and easy to understand. They send, like when something goes wrong, they don't, a message doesn't scroll across the little micro screen for you to read. It gives you pictures, really. And so after apologizing profusely to me for being out of strawberry banana goo, the next thing I heard was, uh-oh. And, the uh-oh in the Smithers, West Virginia McDonald's is never good. Was that a good uh-oh? Have you ever heard a good uh-oh, Bob? And so this guy comes along with a big bucket of ice, and they take the top off of it. That is on there the same. It's just a little big plastic lid of a big plastic ice bin, and he pours the ice in. They put the lid back on, and proceed to sit there. And at one point, I hear the phrase, "That pitcher won't go away, and it won't let me make his smoothie." It's like a Star Trek episode. No, it was like 2001, really, with the smoothie machine standing in as the monolith. I don't know. Maybe I should get Ferg in here. He was standing there. I didn't think he was going to make it out under his own power once it was all was said and done. Stood there patiently. We were going to be late for our appointment. Stood there patiently watching as they tried to put the lid back on. Just this isn't about them. This is about just another day in my life. My father used to have a law of the universe that was proven on a number of occasions, most frequently when he would buy a new automobile. He said, if there is a broke-down, messed-up, jackleg, rejected piece of anything out there, it's sitting on a shelf waiting for me to go buy it. Apparently, Dad was with us today. It's a big, round, clear plastic bin that holds the ice on top of the smoothie monolith. And they kept turning the lid. You got to line up them two little lines so the picture will go away, so the machine will let me make his smoothie. And I'm saying nothing. I'm quiet. I don't know, Sam Kinison would have been having a hissy by then. But I'm just kind of pulling back and being Marlon Perkins about it all. That's what reminded me mentioning Marlon Perkins. And they turn the lid a little this way, and they turn the lid a little this way. No, picture ain't going away. And they called the manager up. And she turned it a little this way and turned it a little that way. And that's when I noticed that one part of the lid that fit down over the basin that was already broken out because it had probably been, I don't know, dropped or perhaps punched for being uncooperative. And there was this tab. It's not actually a tab, it's a handle. It's the kind of thing that engineers put on molded plastic things to indicate lift by this. And it was all the way at the back end of the smoothie thing. And I am a sweet and gentle individual. I really do. I try to do unto others as I would have them do unto me, even though I don't follow any particular religious creed. That just seems like good advice. Probably proven by the fact that the same admonition is contained in just about every creed the world over. It's like how to get from here to there. Don't go through life being crappy to people. And so as I sat there watching this comedy of the lid and the picture that wouldn't go away, I finally said, I think if you take the lid off and you bring this handle around that you use to take the lid off with, I think if you line that up in front, the picture will go away and you can make my smoothie. I wasn't ugly. I wasn't hateful. I was nice. And they looked at each other. And they said, and you could see the thoughts processing and passing one to the other. And the one says to the manager, should we try it? And the manager says, we ain't got nothing to lose by trying it. Try it. So then the lady who said, should we try it, to the manager, and the manager said, try it, the lady that said, should we try it, was too short to reach the lid, so she turned around to the guy with the tattoo on his forehead and said, put it on there like the man done said. And he said, well, all right. Because, I'm just one of those stupid customers. What could I possibly know about the intricacies of pleasing the smoothie monolith so that the picture would go away and it would let them make smoothies again? And he took it all the way off, because it's got a handle in the center. He took it all the way off, turned it all the way around, gave that handle a good eyeballing. Jesus, I'm telling you, at this point in time, Ferg he had turned his back, Ferg had, because he was rendered at this point almost helpless. I mean, this is just the crazy kind of crap that happens to us trying to get a stinking smoothie because my daughter can't eat solid food right now. But he inspects it and looks at it and kind of flicks the little handle thing with his thumb, kind of makes the think noise, like clear, hard plastic does, and sets it up there and puts the lid back on and makes sure that the little lines line up. And the little short lady who couldn't reach the lid looks at the manager and says, the picture went away. We can make the smoothie now. And they all three turned and looked at me. And the little lady looked at the manager and said, he knew how to fix the smoothie machine. I am not kidding you. Ferg, at this point, is purple. And thanks to the fact that I've tried to show my son some classic films, they were apparently racing through his mind, because as quickly as they got this... How did you... And then, this was the camper. How did you know to do that? How do you answer that? I said, just lucky, I guess. Because anything else wouldn't have suited. The man made the smoothie machine make smoothies again. So we take our 2 wild berry smoothies and our 1 pineapple mango, and at this point in time, I'm thinking of heading back up the road to the Rite Aid for a couple of those little airline bottles of rum, but I'm driving and I can't do that. And we get in the car, and Ferg collapses. He's done. He couldn't breathe. He manages to hand the pineapple mango smoothie over to Doodle, and I've got the one wild berry, and he hands the other one to his mother. And the first words out of his mouth were, "Oh, my God, Mother, it was like 2001. It was like Quest for Fire." And I thought he wasn't even paying attention when I showed him those films. 2001 can be a bit dull, you know. And then proceeds to recount the whole thing to my wide-eyed, disbelieving, mouth-hanging agape wife, who, when she is able to finally collect her composure, turns as seriously to me as she possibly can and says, "Bob Kincaid, you are the Smoothie Whisperer," which set off another round, and the vehicle descended into chaos once again. That was my morning. Bob Kincaid, Smoothie Whisperer.